So I wanted to share my lock screen and home screen setup, show you how I have things set up. I have stolen this video idea from my friend Josh. If you're watching this, Josh, thanks for letting me steal it. But yeah, I just wanted to share my own setup basically. So something that I always like to do is I like to disable pretty much all notifications that aren't important. Things like even messages, WhatsApp messages, iMessages, I have them pretty much all turned off unless it's from someone that I have favorited. I have them as a sort of favorite contact. I just don't like my phone bothering me all the time. I would highly recommend it if you're someone who gets distracted by a phone quite easily. I thankfully don't get too distracted, but I just don't like the dinging and the vibrations and all that sort of stuff. I just have pretty much all notifications turned off. A quick one before we get into it, because I know I'm going to be getting a lot of questions, is the case that I'm using on my phone. I'm using the Nomad Lunar Grey case. I like this case. It matches the silver of the iPhone 17 Pro really well, I think. It's made out of plastic, it's not leather. I do sometimes switch to the leather cases they have as well, but I think this one matches really well. So let's start with my home screen. I'm using one of my own wallpapers, and then I just have a clock at the top with the day and the date and the weather. And then for widgets, again, I have the weather. I like to be able to see what the highs are, what the lows are for the day. And then I have the battery status of my Tesla. And then I have the torch. And then I have the Keynote app. So the Keynote app is a video recording app that lets you record in log footage, but then also gives you some other options, other functionality. The reason why I have this app here is because I think to myself, I don't need the camera app here when I can just swipe to go straight to the camera. I think it just makes more sense to have my favorite video app there instead. So that's how I usually like to record log video. I don't use it all the time, but it's just nice to have there. And then when we go to my home screen, what surprises most people, and I think a lot of people don't realize, is that you can actually move your app icons around and place them anywhere. Surprisingly, not a lot of people know that, and it makes sense. If you don't really mess around with customizing your phone, I guess you wouldn't really know because iOS defaults it sort of to the top left corner. For my main home screen, I've centered the icons and I've put them in the lower half of the screen so that I can easily reach them with my thumb. I have the Arc browser here. The main reason why I've chosen Arc over Safari is just because I like the UI. I think it looks really clean. When you're browsing and stuff, there's just a minimal bar at the bottom, and you can also quickly switch between tabs very easily as well. It's just a clean app. It doesn't really sync anything though, which I guess is the only downside, because I don't even use Arc on my computer. I actually use Dia right now, and sometimes I switch to Safari. So right now, yeah, I just really like Arc. I think it works really nicely, and it's just a very smooth app, very smooth web browsing experience on iOS. And then I have ClickUp. I've completely switched to ClickUp recently with my team. We've completely moved away from Slack. ClickUp is awesome. If you run a team or just work within a team, ClickUp is fantastic. Claude is my AI app of choice, but I still do use ChatGPT. I just find myself using Claude a lot more. And then I have the default camera app, the phone app, and the messages. At the top, I'm actually using Widgetsmith widgets. I have the sort of different time zones here. Because I work with lots of different people across the world in different time zones, being able to see the different time zones all at once is very, very useful. And then I also have the Widgetsmith calendar app. The reason why I use Widgetsmith here is because I wanted them to just have a plain sort of grey, blacky background. I think I've given them some opacity, and I think it looks really clean. I also have this very minimal grey gradient wallpaper. These are really the apps that I use most on my phone. Now, of course, I do use social apps and stuff like that, but I tend to keep them off my home screen. On my home screen, I like to have the apps and the utilities that are actually useful, stuff that I need quick access to. And then when it comes to widgets, I actually have most of my widgets in the left sort of screen when you swipe from the home screen. I have hue lights at the top, I have my battery status, I have the weather again, I have my car, and then I have my VPN and my Unify setup that I have at home. To be honest, this Unify setup, I don't even need it there, but it's just nice to have because I feel like it looks nice. Let's go to the second screen. At the top, I have the Whoop widget. So I do sometimes get comments from people saying basically, why am I wearing two watches? I'm not wearing two watches. I'm wearing Apple Watch on one side and then I'm wearing a Whoop on the other. I like wearing both, but the Apple Watch, I don't actually wear it all the time. I usually mainly wear it at home or when I'm going to the gym, but the rest of the time I wear one of my other watches. But I like to have the Whoop widget here just so that I can see my recovery, strain, calories, all that stuff throughout the day. And then again, I've put all of the apps in the bottom half of the screen here. WhatsApp, WhatsApp Business, Push, which is one of my favorite workout apps, by the way. This app for me right now has just been a game changer. It's really what's helped me put on a lot more muscle and sort of be a lot more consistent in the gym and sort of go up every week. So you can see here when it comes to workouts, It tracks what workouts I've done before, what weight I've done before, if I've completed the reps, and if I need to go up a weight and the next time, or if I just need to up the reps. So we can see the workouts for each day. I will go to the gym 4 days a week. And the great thing about this is that it cycles through the workouts. So it doesn't feel like I'm always just doing the same thing. If I plateau on something, it ends up moving me to a different workout. And this whole workout plan was actually figured out by the app itself. It sort of asks you a questionnaire asking, what would you like to achieve? What are you trying to focus on? I just did full body. I want to put on as much muscle and get as strong as I can throughout my whole body. So I just did a whole body workout and it's working really, really well. I really love this app. I'm paying I think it's like $5 a month or something, or $60 a year. I'm paying that full subscription. It's so worth it because personal trainer would be a lot more expensive. And then I just have some folders and apps of utilities that I use. I won't go through all of them, but if I go through this folder, you can see I've just got the standard apps that a lot of people use. One of my favorite apps, and actually one of the apps I use most, is the sort of XE currency calculator app, which I didn't think I would use that much, but I really do. Primarily because I'm working with so many different currencies and I travel quite a lot. Being able to see all these different currencies all at once, it's so useful. I can quickly see how much something is going to cost without having to sort of choose a different currency all the time. I can just type in one. So actually, let's just do it in dollars. So let's just say $1,000, like so. It will convert all of the other ones to show me what $1,000 is in other currencies. Spotify is still my music app of choice, primarily because I've been using it well before Apple Music. So the algorithm, the playlist and everything is all on there. I know you can move the playlist over to Apple Music, but I just prefer Spotify. I really like the Discover Weekly functionality. I really like the DJ functionality. And like I said, I feel like because the algorithm has learned what I like over the more than 10 years that I've been using it, it really knows what I like to listen to and recommends me music and recommends me artists and songs that I wouldn't have otherwise found. So I really do enjoy Spotify. I think right now for me personally, it is just the best music app right now. So that's it for my home screen setup. If you have any suggestions for apps, please leave them in the comments below. I'm always looking out for other apps that I can use on my iPhone. Also, check out this other video I did around 5 months ago, iPhone apps actually worth downloading. And then check out my other video, my favorite iPhone cases for the iPhone 17 Pro, ranging from $5 to $200.